Why do we procrastinate? Greetings. Today we're diving into a topic that's close to everyone's heart, or rather their I'll do it tomorrow list. Yes, we're talking about procrastination, that delightful habit of putting things off until the very last minute. I'm Adam of Limitless Education. I've been motivated, believe it or not, to tackle this fascinating subject. As a teacher, I've seen this behaviour in kids and adults alike. So let's have some fun exploring why we procrastinate, shall we? And don't worry, I've got some psychological studies to back it up. Why do people procrastinate so much? Now that's the question we're going to look at today. Why do we delay, defer and dilly-dally? Let's break it down. Imagine you're a child again. Your mum asks you to clean your room. Do you jump up immediately, inspired by the joy of cleanliness? Or do you suddenly remember that urgent mission to build a Lego fortress? If you choose the second option, congratulations. You've just experienced your first taste of procrastination. We procrastinate because there's always something more interesting, less challenging or less boring to do. And let's face it, Legos are way more fun than dusting. I recall a time I was supposed to clean my room, but instead I built an elaborate Lego city complete with a functioning drawbridge. My mum wasn't very impressed, but my Lego citizens were safe from the imaginary invaders. But what about adults? What excuses do they have? Adults are even more creative. Instead of Lego, they have Netflix, social media and a mysterious urge to organise their sock drawer. When faced with a daunting task like writing a report, an adult's brain thinks, wouldn't now be the perfect time to binge watch an entire season of that new show? It's all about priorities, you see. Procrastination helps us maintain a delicate balance between work and play. Emphasis, unfortunately, on play. I remember once I had a huge report due. I spent an entire weekend colour coding my bookshelf instead. To this day, I still don't know why I have 3 copies of War and Peace, but hey, they're in perfect rainbow order. But is there a deeper psychological reason for procrastination? Absolutely. Procrastination is often about fear. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of imperfection. We think, if I never start, I can't fail. It's a brilliant strategy if your goal is to never finish anything. Consider a child who doesn't start their homework because they're afraid it won't be perfect. This same child grows into an adult who doesn't start writing their novel because it might not be a bestseller. The fear of imperfection paralyzes us into inaction. To support this, consider the study by Ferrari, Johnson and McCown, which found that chronic procrastinators often have an irrational belief that their self-worth is contingent on perfect performance. This fear of imperfection leads to avoidance behaviours, making procrastination a coping mechanism. I once tried to learn to play the guitar. After realising I couldn't master Stairway to Heaven in one day, I decided my true calling was organising my wardrobe by colour. Perfectionism at its finest, folks. But hang on. Can procrastination ever be a good thing? Definitely. Some of the best ideas come when we're avoiding something else. Did you know that Einstein came up with the theory of relativity while procrastinating on his chores? Okay, I might have made that up, but you get the idea. Procrastinating can be a breeding ground for creativity. It's during these times of productive procrastination that we often stumble upon great ideas or solutions to problems. Adam Grant, a renowned organisational psychologist, discusses in his book Originals how procrastination can lead to creative thinking. His research shows that delaying tasks can allow more time for unconventional ideas to develop as the subconscious mind continues to work on the problem. Just the other day I was supposed to finish a manuscript. Instead, I invented a new way to make the perfect cup of coffee. Did I finish my manuscript? Not yet, but my caffeine game is on point. How can we overcome procrastination? That $1,000,000 question raises its head again. The trick is to make the task at hand as appealing as possible. Turn it into a game, set a timer, or promise yourself a reward. If you need to clean the garage, imagine you're Indiana Jones searching for lost artifacts. If you need to write a report, pretend you're a famous author crafting the next bestseller. And if all else fails, just remember, procrastination is like a credit card. It's a lot of fun until you get the bill. A study by Cycle and Flett suggests that breaking tasks into smaller, more manageable parts and setting specific goals can significantly reduce procrastination. This approach makes the tasks less daunting and increases the likelihood of starting and completing it. I found that telling myself I only need to work for 10 minutes often leads to hours of productivity. It's like tricking your brain into getting started. Last week I convinced myself to clean just one drawer. Next thing I knew, I'd reorganised the entire kitchen and found the lost city of Tupperware lids. My final thoughts on procrastination. Remember, we all procrastinate. It's a universal part of the human experience, much like our love for chocolate or our confusion about quantum physics. So next time you find yourself putting off a task, don't beat yourself up, embrace it, laugh about it, and maybe, just maybe, you'll find a way to turn that procrastination into productivity, or at least into a really good excuse to reorganize your sock drawer. Understanding procrastination is important because it helps us develop better strategies to manage our time and tasks. It also provides insights into our deeper fears and motivations, enabling us to work on personal growth and self-improvement. And with that, I'll leave you with this thought. Why do today what you can put off until tomorrow? After all, tomorrow is a brand new day full of possibilities and probably more procrastinating. Until next time, happy delaying.